everybody in the media is so focused on this. In 2014 in the Washington Times, Devin Nunes said with a certainty that Russia would try to impact the 2016 elections. Barack Obama, in the month before the 2016 elections, and I will read and I will quote, no serious person out there would suggest that somehow you could even rig America's elections. No evidence that it has happened in the past, which is not true. And number two, or that it could happen in this election. And I invite Mr. Trump to stop whining and to go out there and try and get votes. He said that 2 weeks before the election.
Well, he thought Hillary Clinton was going to win, and he didn't want to do anything to disturb it. And, you know, frankly, when I won, he said, this is the biggest deal. But before I won, he said, this is nothing and it can't happen. It's a very dishonest deal. And, you know, you have to find out who did Peter Strzok report to, because it was Comey and it was McCabe, but it was also probably Obama. If you think that Obama didn't know what was going, when you watch, and I said it today with President Putin, when you watch Peter Strzok's performance, the lover of Lisa Page, when you watch that performance, the FBI, I'll tell you, I know so many people in the FBI, these are incredible people, what they're going through watching this guy, a total phony. I mean, how about we'll stop it? Or something to that effect.
He said, we will stop you.
Yeah, well.
We'll stop him.
And then.
Insurance
and
policy.
He said, originally, I guess it was the two of them. No. Then he said the next day, well, I meant the American people. And even the Democrats say, that doesn't work.
Yeah. Reports Lisa Page contradicted him and gave a more honest assessment.
I heard she did much better than he did, and she was honest and took a lot of hard shots, but at least she was honest about it. He's a disgrace to our country. He's a disgrace to the great FBI. A disgrace. And how he's still being paid is beyond belief.
Did you like President Putin's idea? Robert Mueller should go talk to him. Because
I was fascinated by it. So they have a treaty where they work together with the United States, because everyone said we don't have an extradition treaty, but they have a treaty where they work together. And his prosecutors would prosecute it, and he said that Robert Mueller's people could go with them, but they probably won't want to.
Yeah, interesting. Let me ask.
The 13 angry Democrats, you think they're going to want to go? I don't think so.
And, of course, his pit bull, Andrew Weissman, who I think has a pretty atrocious record that we have found.
It's very sad what's happening to our country because of this. We've never done better in so many ways, including economically. But when you see this thing going on, and I will tell you, it's driven a wedge between us and Russia. Maybe we've just knocked down that wedge, but it has driven a wedge. And President Putin said that. One of the early things he said when we started, he said, it's really a shame because we could do so much good, whether it's humanitarian aid throughout the Middle East, whether it's not just Syria, so many different things. The safety of nuclear, which is ultimately, there's nothing bigger, nothing more important. And they drove a phony wedge, just a phony witch hunt, rigged deal with guys like Peter Strzok and Comey and McCabe.
Strzok, Page.
The whole group, and you can imagine who else. It's a real shame.
And there was Russia interference. Hillary paid through a law firm, a investigator group, Fusion GPS. They hired a foreign national that put together a Russian dossier that was used to lie about you, which, by the way, Putin confirmed today. He didn't have such information on you, apparently.
He knew exactly about it because he's been seeing it. It makes him angry when he sees it. And, you know, it's very interesting. You look at what's happening and you look at what that whole thing, he understood it. And he was, I don't know if you could see it, he was incensed even talking about it. But he's willing to take those 12 people. There is no extradition, but he's willing to let Robert Mueller's people go over there and bring a big investigation of those people, working together with Russian investigators.
Last question, because I know you